guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing No Regrets,
I
featuring Don Tolliver.
think I know that.
I think you do too.
Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, I think I remember I showed you this. You liked the guy's voice singing.
Yeah, no, yeah, his voice is really good.
Yes. So, yeah, we're gonna do what we always do. We'll listen, break it down, all that stuff.
And just a quick update. Thank you to those of you who said congratulations on us, on me being pregnant. And I also wanted to let you know what the gender is. So we're having a boy.
Yes.
Yes. We're very happy. I'm very excited. Okay. And this video is also sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. As you can see, I have some new carnivore snacks with me today. This, I'm not sure if it's out yet or not, but this is the bison sliders. So,
Yeah, it says members only on it.
yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know if it's out or not, or maybe it'll be out soon. But this is 100% grass-fed bison and Redmond real salt. And, they're always minimal ingredients, free range, regeneratively raised.
Generatively.
That. Yeah, so awesome. And I'm gonna eat one for you guys. Because I've had so many people tell me I don't eat these. Like, yes, I do eat them. We don't edit our videos. So if you just want to sit here and watch me eat this for like 5 minutes, that's fine.
It just extends the ads and gets annoying.
The sliders are my favorite. Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. I like this.
I do too. I just don't feel like having it right now.
No, because it's in your mouth and we're talking. It's so good. All the sliders are amazing. I'm putting this back for later. These are great for when they come out, but you should also try the beef sliders, the lamb sliders, the pork sliders. I actually really love the lamb sliders. I really love those. And so if you've never tried it before, definitely use our promo code WithSmith for 15% off your order. They're also doing, it's from Wednesday to Sunday. They haven't announced the dates yet, but I'll let you guys know. They're doing a promo code where you can save, I think it's 15% or something like that. Sorry.
Yeah, like regardless of if it's your first order or not.
Yeah, because this coupon code is only good if it's your first order, but from whenever this promotion happens, you'll be able to use our promo code even if you've made a purchase from them before. Yes. And like I said, with Smith's our promo code, you'll save 15% off your order and click the link in the description below. It'll take you right to the website. That's the website. It's Joe Rogan's favorite snack and my favorite snack. We have that in common. And we are also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is a great website to get tickets for. They have literally everything you can think of. They have concerts, rap concerts. They got Drake at Madison Square Garden that was just listed up there. They have comedians. They have Bill Burr. I like him.
Broadway, all that.
Yeah, they have literally everything. Everything that they're just like any other ticket website. But you can use our promo code WithSmith for $20 off your first purchase, which is a great deal. And you should definitely use that. And yeah, so that is it. Oh yeah, follow us on social media channels if you want to. I'm going to start posting again. I say that every time, but I actually mean it. I mean it. Okay.
All right. So, No Regrets. This is, I believe, track 18. Let's see. Yes.
Almost done.
Track number 18 off of Music to Be Murdered By, side A, technically. All right. Here we go.
Chance to do it all over again. Change shit. DA got that dope. I'm screaming out, no regret. You've been through the hardest spot. Ego the largest. I made you a star. Screaming out, no regret. I've been moving solo, try to play it low, feeling like like a screaming out the regret. Put you through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit. I ain't having regret. I've been feeling so alone, and like I'm so lost, and like a
They miss the old me. I think they want me to OD on coding. They want my life in turmoil like an O3. They want front row seats. I give them nosebleeds. They want me imploding, exploding, self-loathing, eroding. I'm screaming at them with no regrets and I'm hulking. I'm ripping out of my clothing. I had to go see the doc like Kumodi. Never took much to convince Dre. Never been swayed by color or skin shade. Since day one, Hellraiser with twin blades. I'm a sensei, giving up, no comprende. Tin brain, probably fucked in the membrane. Slim shade, mine's in the guard of an insane pin game. Like I just struck in the 10th frame.
screaming out no regret.
I live on the edge, I sit on a ledge to shit on your heads. I've been on a bench, forgive and forget's the only thing I'd ever lived to regret. Hell bent on revenge, you left me for dead. I crawled out my grave, you better be ready and set. My enemies ain't put an enemy yet.
Screaming out no regret.
Okay. So, obviously, you know this song.
Yeah, I know
right?
this song. I really like it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's interesting because I usually don't like songs that are like that slow, but like this is really good.
Yeah, it's weird. The beat is like laid back, but Eminem's still rapping pretty fast over it,
Yeah.
which is interesting. All right. So it starts off with a brief little intro. It's kind of Eminem talking and I guess Don Toliver singing in the beginning, if I'm remembering correctly. He says, "Oh yeah, yeah, you know, if I had a chance to do it all over again, I wouldn't change shit." Then we hear the producer tag. DA got that dope. He's the producer. You hear that on tons of rappers' songs. He's a very
Yeah.
famous producer. Then he says, "I'm screaming out no regrets," which is part of the chorus.
The name of the song.
Yes. All right, and then this is the chorus
Chorus.
or hook. I always forget what's what. Like
I
what's
think it's a, I
oh,
don't know.
what's considered a hook and what's a chorus. I mean, it's right here on the lyrics. I can look it up,
I
but
guess it
whatever.
depends how many repeated parts there are.
I guess I always forget. So Don Toliver is singing this part, and he says, "You've been through the hardest spot, ego the largest. I made you a star. I'm screaming out no regrets. I've been moving slowly, trying to play it low. The vet looked like a storm, screaming out no regrets. Put you through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit. I ain't having regrets. I've been feeling so alone, just feel like I'm so lost, just like I'm." So I actually am a little confused about the perspective of this chorus. Because to me, it sounds like you could be looking at it like Eminem saying it, right? Like he's speaking on behalf of Eminem. But then it also sounds like he could be speaking at it from the perspective of either the fans or the music industry. Do you get what I'm talking about? Because he says, "You've been through the hardest, ego the largest, I made you a star." So it's like,
Who's saying that?
that's what I'm saying.
I don't
That's,
know.
that's what I'm asking, you know? And then says, "I've been moving slowly, trying to play it low." But then he goes down to put you through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the perspective is strange.
Yeah, I don't really understand what's being said here. I don't know if it's just like supposed to be like artistic and like there isn't really necessarily a complete meaning, or maybe like one line means one thing, the other line's a totally different thing. I don't.
So like you could be looking at this as if like he's singing it like Eminem would be saying this to us too, even though it's obviously Don Toliver. But you know, we
Yeah.
talk about this all the time, whether the chorus is being said from the perspective of Eminem or if it's somebody else having their
Yeah.
own thing. It's very odd. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean,
Like
either
a
way,
fan would say I made you a star
that's what I'm
because
saying.
like you wouldn't be a star without your fans.
That's what I'm saying. Or it could be so it could be like the fans, it could be the music industry, like the perspective of who these lines are being delivered from is interesting. I guess it could be Eminem because it's like put you through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit.
I
I've
think
been
it's
feeling
weird because it goes, I made you a star. So, like, let's say it's like, okay, this is from the perspective of fan. Then I've been moving slowly, trying to play it low. The vet looked like a storm. Then all of a sudden, I becomes the
you.
singer and
Yeah.
no longer the fan. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So whatever. Either way. I mean, we're probably
Yeah.
looking way too much
Yeah, I
into
don't
it.
think we're meant to, but like,
With that being
still.
said, it should be coherent. Not that this is incoherent. I think we just
No,
might
I
be
just don't
missing
get it.
something.
I'm not that artistic.
We get what it's saying. It's just the perspective is confusing me.
Well, yeah, if you guys know.
Because then it bleeds into Eminem's first verse, and it's like, oh, okay, Eminem is the one that says, "I put you through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit, I've been feeling so alone."
100% the vet looked like a storm. That is coming from the perspective of the rapper,
Artist, yeah,
artist, whoever.
or that, yeah,
And then I think it stays like that.
yeah. All right. So then we go to Eminem comes in the first verse. Yeah, they miss the old me. I think they want me to OD on codeine. They want my life in turmoil like '03. They want front row seats. I give them nosebleeds. I love that.
So yeah, he's basically saying like he realizes that his fans are like, we want the old Eminem back. And it's like
Yes.
they don't like his fans don't actually want him to OD and like die. They just want him to rap like he used to. But I guess that's Eminem's way of saying he kind of can't.
Yeah, that's the only way he was able to rap like that,
Yeah.
was he was in that dark place in his life.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, so you just explained it. They want the old Eminem back. That's when he was ODing. They want his life like in turmoil, like in '03. And
Yeah.
then they want front row seats. I give him nosebleeds. That's a sick double entendre.
So instead of being like right there under like learning about all the drama that's going on and everything going on in his life, he's like keeping everyone at an arm's distance. Like I'm not letting you guys in so much anymore,
So,
right?
so the way I interpret this line is that so it's on the heels of the ODing and my life in turmoil like '03,
Yeah.
right? He says they want front row seats, so they want to be front row seats to watch me destroying my fucking life,
And
right?
to know everything because he put everything in his raps. Like you didn't
Yeah,
even really need to watch like the news on Eminem to know what was going on in his life if you just listened to
yeah.
his lyrics.
Yeah, of course. So he does a double entendre of like, like a venue, front row seats, and he says, I give him nosebleeds, right? So they're not going to get a good view of his life like that, right?
No, like he's
But,
not sharing anymore.
but then the double entendre is they want front row seats, I give him nosebleeds. Like he makes their
He'll
nose
punch them
bleeds.
in the
Yeah,
face.
which is sick. Then he continues, they want me imploding, exploding, self loathing, eroding. I'm screaming at him with no regrets, and I'm hulking. I'm ripping out of my clothing. I had to go see the doc like Cool Mo D. Never took too much to convince Dre. Never been swayed by color or skin shades. Since day one, Hellraiser with twin blades of a sensei. Given up, no comprende. So there's
Okay.
a few things here, yeah.
So again, they just want the old him. But
With this
he's like
fucked up life.
yeah, but he's like screaming back saying like I have no regrets, I'm not doing that, I don't care.
Hmm.
And now he's just gonna be the Eminem that he is today.
Yeah, so he has that I'm hulking, I'm ripping out of my clothing. So the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah.
right? And then obviously rips out of his clothing. And then I had to see the doc like Cool Mo D. So this is a play on Doc, right? So Dr. Dre, which we find out in the next line. Cool Mo D had a song called "Go See the Doctor," which was about like he had got some STD. That was the whole concept of the song. So he had to go see the doctor. So he's doing a play on the title of that song, and I had to go see the doctor, meaning like Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
right? And then he explains that it didn't take a lot. Dre was about it. He didn't have to like convince him to work with him, right? And he didn't care about color or skin shade, so race wasn't a factor in their relationship. And then since day one, Hellraiser with twin blades of a sensei.
So just saying he's crazy and he's still crazy.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Hellraiser, so that's like
He's like the
that
pins in
character.
his head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then with twin blades of a sensei. So twin blades, I guess it's some type of knife. A sensei
Yeah.
is really just like a
Teacher.
teacher, like it invokes like martial arts teacher
Yeah.
specifically. But twin blades, so yeah. And then given up, no comprende.
Like I don't understand. I don't give up.
Yes. And he continues. Tin brain, probably fucked in the membrane. Slim Shay, mind's in the gutter, but insane. Pen game, like I just struck in the 10th frame, screaming out no regrets. So we'll
Okay.
do that part. So tin brain.
Like the
So
Tin Man.
who has no brain, right?
We have had
The cowardly lion had no courage. The scarecrow needed a heart, or did he need a brain? Oh no, the
thought the
Tin Man needs a
Scarecrow
heart.
needed a
Tin Man
brain.
needs a heart.
Yeah.
So whatever. I guess he's just saying it's empty.
Yeah.
Tin brain, you know what I mean? Like a tin. And then probably fucked in the membrane. So like his DNA is just corrupted. And then he does Slim Shady. So he's about to do Slim Shady, but then cuts it off. He says, mine's in the gutter, but insane. So when he says gutter, he's invoking a bowling scheme here. He
Yeah.
starts it. And then he does pen game, like a homophone. Pen, pin, PIN, PEN. And then I just struck in the 10th frame. So bowling, strike, 10th frame, all that. So his pen game, right, is on point. It's good. If you get a strike in the 10th frame, you're, killing it. Then he says, "Yeah, I live on the edge. I sit on the ledge to shit on your heads. I've been on the bench. Forgive and forget is the only thing I'd ever live to regret. Hell bent on revenge. You left me for dead. I crawled out my grave. You better be ready and set. My enemies ain't put an end to me yet. I'm screaming out no regrets."
Okay, so like kind of.
Yeah, self-explanatory. He's living on the edge, he's on the ledge. So he says, "I've been on the bench." So this is weird because even though this is music to be murdered by, and this is not that long, what, maybe 2 years after Kamikaze, and then, 3 years after Revival, he's still saying, like, "I've been on the bench," like as if he's been out of the
Yeah,
rap
like he
game.
hasn't really been doing anything.
Yeah, and then he does he's coming after everybody. They left him for dead. He crawled out of his grave, so he wasn't really dead, right? And then, you better be ready and set. All right. And then we left it off there. So we're just going to let the rest of the song play out.
Ah, suction.
You've been through the hardest fight, ego the largest. I made you a star. No regret. I've been moving solo, try to play it low, feeling like it's no put you through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit. I ain't having regret. I've been feeling so alone, and like I'm so lost.
All the hate can't tell exactly where it stems from, but it's happening again, huh? Y'all used to be in my corner, now you just backed me in one. Innocent bystanders, I'm bound to hit some. For some adversaries, I carry big guns, so some targets will get the kill shot. Some I just barely nicked them. I can make a mistake and erupt and end up taking a dump or saying some dumb shit, thinking I run shit, misplacing my anger enough to give Earl and Tyler, the creator, the brunt. Should've never made a response, should've just disdain for the fake ones. Them traitorous punks, cause snakes are just cunts. They can get fucked with 800 motherfucking vibrators at once. And for any of those who may have come close to about dying and can't listen to a rose without crying, for those who feel low like you're about spiraling, but this is only for those that I'm inspiring. Weapon never unholstered without firing. My will I'm imposing, foes are gonna feel like they're in the throes of a mountain lion. They talk about my daughters, hoping I fly off of the handle. Cause my first thought is to trample and read 1,000 bars, but sometimes it's like dropping an anvil on a house of cards, or Godzilla squashing a crouton with combat boots on, or dropping a goddamn nuke bomb on top of an anthill. Can't do it.
You've been through the hardest fight, ego the largest. I made you a star. No regret. I've been moving solo, try to play it low, feeling like it's no
regrets, so no white flags
put you
either.
through dumb shit, got you thinking I run shit. I ain't having regret. I've been feeling so alone, and like I'm so lost, and like
Okay. So we already went over the chorus at the beginning of the song, so we just got Eminem's second verse to go through. All right. Let's see. Here we are. All right. So Eminem comes in. He says, "All the hate, can't tell exactly where it stems from, but it's happening again, huh? Y'all used to be in my corner. Now you just backed me in one." So
So again,
very straightforward.
like just people are giving him hate because his raps are different, not the same as they used to be. People will argue they're not as good. I don't know. I feel like maybe he's like plateaued a bit, but I don't think that everything from early on was the best.
So it's interesting. I actually do feel his skills and
Or better.
technical, he's at like the peak right now.
I-
It's interesting.
So I think,
But that bothers
with
some
like
people.
what was my favorite? Recovery? Is that my favorite one?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Recovery, I'd be like, that was like really, really, really good,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I mean, I love the Marshall Mathers LP, all the early stuff. But so whatever. So I get what he's saying. I know what the fans are referring to. He does have a different sound. He's definitely more mature. So he is, but
Bitter. It's like a bitter angry.
I don't
But
know.
back then it was just like an
It was
angst.
very angry.
It was just like
Sad.
I hate the world, I hate myself.
Also, the thing that bothers him is he talks about this on all of his newer albums, is like he gives people that angry stuff and they're like, "You're too old to be that angry." And then he goes soft. They're like, "Oh, you're soft. You're not, where's the old you?" Like, it's no
He'll just do
win.
whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Exactly.
Stop pleasing everybody I mean, no one wants to see, like, I mean, the angsty stuff from back in the 90s is cool. He was young. He was, like, in his 20s. Like,
Yeah.
that's normal. Now, like, I agree. Like, he shouldn't be doing that stuff. Shouldn't be talking about, like, I don't know, like, murdering and burying, like, his ex-wife,
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? Like, he's doing what he should be doing.
Yeah. So I get it. He says, y'all used to be in my corner, now you just backed me in one. So he's saying the fans that supported him and then they backed him into a corner, and then he has no choice but to lash out.
Mm.
He continues, he says, innocent bystanders, I'm about to hit some. For some adversaries, I carry big guns. So some targets will get the kill shot. Some, I just barely nicked them. So that's a very sick line.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry, hiccups. You go.
So, yeah, I mean, innocent bystander. So he's saying like people that didn't even start with him, they're going to get caught in the crossfire, which he actually explains just a few lines down. Then he says, so for some adversaries, I carry big guns, right? So some targets will get the kill shot, meaning Machine Gun Kelly. That was the kill shot. And then some, I just barely nicked them. So Nick Cannon. He
Ah,
never did like a real hardcore diss at him.
and other people as well.
Like, so Nick Cannon, like, he just gets mentioned on, like Bagpipes from Baghdad and some other songs, whereas Kill Shot was a song exclusively all about Machine Gun Kelly. You know what I mean? So it's a cool thing that the big guns, others you just nicked them, but then the play on Nick Cannon's name.
Yeah.
Then he says, I can make a mistake and erupt and end up taking a dump for saying some dumb shit, thinking I run shit. That's a callback to the chorus.
Yes.
Misplacing my anger enough to give Earl and Tyler the Creator the brunt.
So Earl.
Sweatshirt.
Wait, I almost said Earl of Stanley. Same thing.
So actually, let's read into the next line because I think he says another thing about that. He says, should have never made a response, should have just aimed for the fake ones. So I don't know if you recall on Kamikaze, I believe, he went after Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt. He had the line where he actually, it's interesting, on the CD, the explicit version, he censored out the word. He said the long version of the word fag.
Okay.
Talking about Tyler the Creator, which
Yeah.
is obviously, I believe Tyler the Creator is gay or bi, right?
I believe so.
So the line he says, "I see why you call yourself," right? So Tyler Creator apparently refers to himself like that. I don't listen to his music like that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't listened to him in a little while.
So Eminem says that about him, and then he says, "Why don't you get Earl the hooded sweater or whatever his name is?" He intentionally pretends like he doesn't know Earl Sweatshirt's name. So apparently, I'm guessing I forget the whole context now. I think they may have made like a slight critique about some of Eminem's music or something like that.
Okay.
So then he just like attacked them. You know what I mean? And that's why he's saying I should have never done it. I should have just aimed for the fake ones. Then he says them traitorous punks, because snakes are just cunts. They can get fucked with 800 motherfucking vibrators at once.
I laughed at that. I don't remember that line.
It's funny. So yeah, he's saying like there was no need to go after Tyler and Earl. They're not traitorous punks. They're not snakes. You know what I mean? And he says I should have just aimed for the fake ones. So meaning I guess they're real ones. You know what I mean? And then yeah, the haters they get fucked. And for any of those who may have come close, so this is worded so weird. And
Close to about dying. So basically saying anyone out there, like anyone out there who's like almost died before,
I
like
know, but
near you.
it's worded who may have come close to about dying.
Like a near death experience or like just a little brush with death,
No, I know,
like
but
an
grammatically,
overdose.
but close to about dying. Do you see what I
Honestly,
mean?
in the song, it sounds
It
right.
sounds good. Yeah. But I'm like, what am I not
I mean, it's not
understanding?
grammatical, but I mean, like most rap isn't.
Eminem's is. That's why I'm confused. I feel like I'm missing something. Anyway, we get exactly what you're saying. We understand. He says, for any of those who may have come close to about dying, so people that have almost died, right? And can't listen to a rose without crying. So that's off of Revival, which I think we both may have cried when we did our reaction to that, which is so embarrassing. But yeah. Then he says, for those who feel low, like you're about spiraling, but this is only for those that I'm inspiring. Weapon never unholstered without firing. My will I'm imposing. Foes are gonna feel like they're in the throes of a mountain lion. So
So he's saying that like his music is for like those, people who've been through it,
and
real
connect.
people who can like feel emotions
Yeah, and they relate
and
to it.
yeah.
And for the ones that feel like they're spiraling, and he's inspiring. And then he switches off to saying, "Weapon never unholstered without firing." So he's only going to go after people, if he's going to go at like if he feels they deserve to get hit, right?
Yeah.
So I think that goes back to the heels of Tyler and Earl because it's weird. I was going to say the song's called No Regrets, right? But then
Yeah.
he's saying things that he regrets. But then he closes out this verse where he's like, I can't be doing things that I want to regret. You know what I mean? So like in
Yeah.
that context, it makes sense. Like he doesn't want to do things that he's going to regret, right?
That's fine.
Yeah. So then he's imposing his will. His enemies are going to feel it like they're in the throes of a mountain lion. So yeah, getting tossed around. All right. Then he says, they talk about my daughters, hoping I fly off the handle. Because
Machine Gun Kelly.
yeah.
And who else did that?
I mean, Ja Rule,
Yeah.
Benzino, yeah,
Branzino.
bunch of people that beefed with him.
Yeah.
Then he continues, because my first thought is to trample and write 1,000 bars, but sometimes it's like dropping an anvil on a house of cards, or Godzilla squashing a crouton with combat boots on, or dropping a goddamn nuke bomb on top of an anthill and screaming out no regrets, can't do it now.
Because it's hard. I mean, this is not a comparison at all because I'm aware that it's very different. So I'm going to preface it by saying I know it's not the same. So please don't come at me and tell me it's not the same. I know it's not. But I can understand the feeling a little bit because whenever someone writes a nasty fucking comment on YouTube, I'm like, fucking James is like holding me back from like typing away and fucking bitching back at whoever it is. So like it's hard to just let someone go with saying something either untrue, fucked up, or just nasty.
Yeah,
Like it's hard to just ignore that shit because you're like,
it's the
no,
same.
like fuck you.
No, I mean, that's exactly the type of thing he's referring
Yeah, but
to.
it's on like a larger scale. This is like in rap songs that like the public is listening to.
I mean, the public are listening to our videos too, so it
Like
applies.
maybe like
Obviously, at a much smaller scale.
12,000 people.
So, so there's a few things. So yeah, I don't know why. I feel like this is intentional. I'm not picking up on a fuller scheme, but he says they want me to fly off the handle, and then he ends the next line with write 1,000 bars. So like handlebars is in my head,
And trampoline,
but handlebars. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if there's
monkey bars.
like a bicycle scheme, but anyway, I don't know why that sticks in my head, right? So yeah, he's saying his first thought is to just go all out, like again he did with Tyler and Earl, and he's like, it's not worth it. It's disproportionate. There's no need for it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I get that. Like I get that. I get that instinct. I forget. I was listening to a show recently, and people
What
were
instinct?
like to just go all out. Like
Oh yeah,
I was listening to a show and people were talking about like fighting and like growing up and like people fighting dirty or whatever. And somebody was like,
because you want to
screw
win.
rules. They're like, if we're
Yeah,
fighting, you're trying to hurt me. I'm going to do anything I can to hurt you. Like there's no
exactly.
rules. And I get that. Like I get that instinct. Like, you know what I mean? To just go all out. It's like protect
Yeah,
yourself.
like when I was in high school, like high school fights, they're like, you're not, well, depending on where you went to high school. Where I went to high school, if you were in a fight, you were most likely 100% not going to die. No
Yeah.
one knows what the hell they're doing. But then, like, so there was a fight between these two guys, not going to say names because obviously this really happened. But one of them, they're just beating each other up. It looks, I guess, somewhat pathetic. But then all of a sudden, one of them grabs a rock from the ground and starts bashing the other one in the head with the rock. So it's like,
Yeah, it happens.
like, so yeah, in certain situations, you do want to go all out, but like watching that, like, that was not necessarily, like,
Yeah.
you didn't need to do that. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's just my
So
take on it.
So the only other thing, so we that's the end of his verse, right? So he's like, I don't want to be doing things that I regret. That's what goes with the theme, no regrets, right? So he's
Mhm.
like, I don't want to regret. It's not just like I don't regret the things I've done. It's more like I don't want to regret anything. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like I'm gonna preemptively not make mistakes. So then they don't really have it here, but Don Tolliver's doing the same chorus in the outro, and Eminem just has like a few little ad libs that give context. So after it says "I made you a star," I'm screaming out "No regrets." Eminem says "Took it all," and then after Vet looking like a storm, and then "No regrets," it says "Yeah, no regrets though, no white flags either." And then he says, "I ain't having regrets." So he's like, okay, I'm not out here saying if somebody comes at me, I'm just gonna take it, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be peaceful. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be going out of my way to,
Well, yeah, because then
fight
it
with
just makes
people.
it even worse for you. Like, you can read something and just be like, whatever, you know what I mean? But the second that you're like letting it get in your head and like starting to like type back or write back or like planning to write a song back, you're just like so full of anger and like hate the whole time that you do it. Like, it's not healthy.
Yeah, and then you regret it. Like Eminem here, he said it in an interview too. That he felt bad going at so he doesn't. It's interesting. Like he gives the context. Like he doesn't feel bad about the Machine Gun Kelly stuff. You know what I mean? Because like it makes sense. But like in his mind, Tyler and Earl didn't deserve it, and all that. So it's interesting. But
Yeah,
anyway, no regrets. What's your thoughts?
very good. Obviously, I knew the song before I went into it. I really like it. I still like it, even though the chorus is auto-tuned. I like the way it sounds.
Yeah,
I'm like, I guess a sucker for auto-tune. I don't care.
it depends. No, there's still a lot of auto tune I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I this is a cool song. It's the beat's really good.
Yeah.
The chorus is nice.
Complicated or intricate schemes, but I liked it nonetheless.
Yeah, this song there is like obviously like some content in it about like, self-reflective and how he deals with rapping, but this song is more like of a vibe song. You know what I mean? Especially with the hook, like it's like mellow and like it's cool. Yes, me too.
All right. Well, definitely check out Carnivore Snacks and SeatGeek. Follow us on social media channels. I have horrible pregnancy brain. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. But yeah, we'll see you guys like next week or something.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.